'cause you're dreaming, so I tuck you in, turn on your favorite night light. To you, everything's funny. You got nothing to regret. I'd give all I have, honey, if you could stay like that. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up, don't you ever grow up, just stay this little. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up, don't you ever grow up, it could stay this simple. I won't let nobody hurt you, won't let no one break your heart. No, no one will desert you, just try to never grow up.
I ain't watching TV today, bad news, it can just stay away. If you ain't got anything good to say, then shut your mouth. I got my windows down and my blinders on, radio set to my favorite song. All green lights on the road I'm on, man, there ain't no doubt I'm getting them good vibes. I'm living this good life. I'm breathing on God's time, and I ain't gonna waste one breath. I'm soaking it all up. I got me a full cup, and there ain't nothing gonna spill it, nothing gonna kill it. Waving them words goodbye. I'm feeling them good vibes.
Okay, so this is gonna be the same story, but my point of view. So me, Brogan, Carson, and Preston all used to walk home together, and so one day we found this really cute little ground squirrel or whatever it was, and I went to go pick it up, and as I picked it up, it went up my jacket, and it was just chilling with my arm, but I was trying to get it out, so like I was freaking out, like threw my backpack and coat off, and Brogan comes over and starts like beating it on the ground, and then it finally comes out of my jacket, and then his little brother kicks it, and you just see it go flying across the field. So that's probably my favorite memory. He'll go, like, if you say anything, he'll be like, so basically, and you really have to use your hands with it because he's got to explain everything to everybody. Probably Paw Patrol or Sophia the First. I love those shows. I think I would have liked to known Emily York better. She seems really sweet and laid back, and I'm in cheer with her, but I don't talk to her too much, so yeah. I really like the before a game, everyone dresses up in their either cheer uniform or football jersey. I think it just shows the school spirit and unity. My brother Cole, because he's hilarious and he has a lot of commentary that sometimes are out of place, but I think it would be super funny if he narrated my life considering the big age difference and him just kind of thinking his own words through my life.
His fries went a-flying and his orange drink covered his lap. Well, in my 4-year-old said a 4-letter word. It started with S, and I was concerned. So I said, son, now where'd you learn to talk like that? He said, I've been watching you, Dad, ain't that cool? I'm your buckaroo, I wanna be like you and eat all my food and grow as tall as you are. We got cowboy boots and camo pants, yeah, we're just alike, hey, ain't we, Dad? I wanna do everything you do, so I've been watching you.
probably would have liked to know better Chase Root. He just kind of seems mischievous, and I like that a lot. So my most embarrassing high school memory was freshman year. I was playing baseball, and I was telling everyone I was going to letter, and it came down to the lettering ceremony, and I didn't, and I was just so embarrassed. My favorite tradition is definitely the dog roast. I love the whole community getting together and bonding over that. Definitely be backpacks. I love having my backpack in the room, and I think everyone else likes that too. My narrator would probably be Will Ferrell, because he's pretty funny and he could probably describe my life pretty well.
Yeah, there we go. Come on, harder, harder.
Are you using Liberty Mutual's coverage customizer tool? Sorry, what? Well, since you asked, it finds discounts and policy recommendations, so only pay for what you need. Emu! You're an animal!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
As I let you go, gonna tell you how much I love you, though you think you already know. I remember I thought you looked like an angel wrapped in pink, so soft and warm. You've had me wrapped around your finger since the day you were born. You beautiful baby from the outside in, chase your dreams but always know the road that'll lead you home again. Go on, take on this old world, but to me you know you'll always be my little girl. Oh, and they come unstuck, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Is this movie that I think you like? This guy decides to quit his job and head to New York City. This cowboy's running from himself. She's been living on the highest shelf. And they come unstuck, lady, running down to the river.
Three things that Gannon would bring would be Preston, Big Chungus, and Thanos. If I could choose one food for the rest of my life, it would be potatoes, because there's so many different types of potatoes, and you could have mashed potatoes, and I really like baked potatoes. I would have liked to known Rayleigh Sterling better in high school, just because she was super nice every time I talked to her. My most embarrassing high school memory was when I was a freshman and I scored a layup at the other end of the court, but it didn't count because it was cross court. If someone could narrate my life, I would have to pick Melissa McCarthy, because she is just hilarious and I like all of her movies. What makes me laugh the most would have to be Trey Kelzer, Connor Adams, and Matthew Barnes, because they all are just hilarious in general and can make me laugh about anything.
You would not believe your eyes if 10 million fireflies lit up the world as I fell asleep. 'Cause they fill the open air and leave teardrops everywhere. You'd think me rude, but I would just stand and stare. I'd like to make myself believe that planet Earth turns. It's hard to say that I'd rather stay awake when I'm
Head on with that cold, bro. Now that boy slumped over. They do it all for soul. Say you boys ain't making no noise. Y'all know I'm a grown boy. Your clip full of bro boys. God, y'all some robots. God, y'all some robots. We GBE dope boys. We got lots of dope boys. Fly so, and they love them glow boys. Know we from the go boy, but we cannot go boy. No, I don't know old boy. I know he's a bro boy. Rarries and Rolls, convertible and bows boy. You know I got bands boy, and it's in my pants boy. Disrespect them old boys. You won't speak again boy. Don't think that I'm playing boy. No, we don't use hands boy. No, we don't do friends boy.
If Addison was stranded on an island, she would bring her dogs, tray, and her phone. If I could choose one food to eat for the rest of my life, I would choose bacon, just because it never gets old. Either Preston or Matthew make me laugh the most because they're just so funny without even trying. If I could have known anyone better in high school, it would be Caden Walker, just because I feel like he's never awkward and he always has something intelligent to say. If I could change one school rule, it would be hacky sacks are allowed, and there should be mandatory hacky sack time every day. If someone could narrate my life, I would choose Matthew Barnes because he's just so outspoken and poetic.
Alexa, tell me a joke.
Big Chungus.
Yeah.
Alexa, what was that?
Answer no.
I turned on the evening news, saw an old man being interviewed. Turning 102 today. They asked him what's the secret to life. He looked up from his old pie, laughed and said, all I can say is, don't blink. Just like that, you're 6 years old and you take a nap and you wake up and you're 25, then your high school sweetheart becomes your wife. Don't blink, you just might miss your babies growing like mine did, turning into
a few days before he turned 80, he was sitting out back in a rocker. He said, what you been up to lately? I told him chasing a dollar, and in between sips of coffee, he poured this wisdom out. Said, if you want my 2 cents on making a dollar count, buy dirt, find the one you can't live without. Get a ring, let your knee hit the ground. Do what you love, but call it work. And throw a little money in the plate at church. Send your prayers up and your roots down deep. Add a few limbs to your family tree, and watch their pencil marks in the grass in the yard all grow up. Cause the truth about it is, it all goes by real quick. You can't buy happiness, but you can buy dirt.
So Cam was wanting me to say light blue, but I think I'm gonna have to go with like dark green or something, because no matter what I say, she's always disgusted with me, and I don't understand it. I just can't win with her, so I'm gonna go with dark green. So I'm gonna go with the weakness first. I would definitely have to say just the English language as a whole. She's just not quite on our level yet. She's close, but not quite there. For her strength, you wouldn't think it, but she's actually she's pretty smart, and she's a great volleyball player. I don't have a real good, legitimate answer to this. I'd probably just go wherever the wind takes me. But I guess I just have to say I'd want to end up wherever my buddies end up, because I love those guys and I don't know what I'll do without them next year. Now I'm gonna have to go with Kyle Higginbotham. He's a real cool dude, and for some reason he's always liked Brogan just a little bit better than me. I've been moving up in his ranks slowly every year, but I wish I worked harder to have passed Brogan up as his best friend, but I didn't quite get there. So I guess most recently it would be my football injury. Because a football injury in and of itself isn't really that embarrassing, but the fact that it happened during pregame was pretty embarrassing, and no contact, I was just running a route. And then also the fact that it wasn't a cool injury either. It was the injury of a 60-year-old man. I broke my hip. So yeah, that was pretty embarrassing, I guess. I think I would want there to be open lunches, because sometimes middle of the day I'm tired, I'm struggling to stay awake, and for some reason we have a vending machine that has pop, but it's not open to us. I don't understand that, but sometimes I want to be able to just go to Casey's and get a pop or something, help me stay awake, keep my energy levels up. Yeah, so Ryan and Luke, just for next year, I'm just putting bug in your ear. So. This isn't necessarily a tradition, but I just love the school pride and school spirit that Silver Lake shows. I feel like we hold ourselves to higher standards than other schools around us, and I love that about us. I wouldn't want to have gone to anywhere else. As much as I hate to say this, I think I'd have to go with Ahmed Faruqi, because he would definitely keep me humble, first of all, and second of all, somehow he's a pretty good speaker, and he can make any story funny, so I would say Ahmed.
At 16, it was 12:03, standing at her front door. And Katie's dad said midnight, but we needed just a little more. Yellow light flipping on and off, interrupting that good night kissing. We wanted 5 more minutes. Time rolls by, the clock don't stop. I wish I had a few more drops of the good stuff. Be mine, babe, happy, happy. Oh, you say someday when we're older, we won't worry about the things that we don't need. We don't need. Yeah, one need on the line before we both run out of time. You're gonna see that someday we'll be all that we need.
Probably Rad, because, you know, Carson is always mad at me for no reason. Well, and he's trying to be nice, but he can't, so, yeah, probably Rad. Weakness, probably speech impediment, but he's pretty good at everything, so, yeah. And then strength, yeah, he's pretty good at everything. Yeah. Probably New York City. No, I love big cities and I love the United States, even if I'm in Kansas here. Probably everyone, because like here is a small school and everyone knows each other, and I just know a couple of people, but I think it's cool, know everyone in the hallway. And then tank tops, because we're not allowed to wear them, and like a couple of weeks ago it was very hot, and I think it doesn't make sense. So yeah, Silver Lake spirit, like wearing t-shirt, like Silver Lake t-shirt before a game, or like do something funny when we check out after volleyball before a game. Probably my brother, because he always make fun of me and he always like complain about everything I do, but he knows everything about me, so I think it's gonna be funny, because yeah, he's weird, but he's a very good person to do this.
Yeah, I'm married. Does that matter? Oh, you do that? Oh yeah, that sounds amazing. Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
Daigan from State Farm.
At 3 in the morning?
Yeah.
Who is this?
It's Daigan from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Daigan from State Farm?
Jeans?
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh. How did our eyes get so red? And what as Aunt Joey said, this is where I grew up. I think the present owner fixed it up. I never knew we ever went without. The second floor is hot for sneaking out. And this is where I went to school. Most of the time had better things to do. Criminal record says I've broken twice. I must have done it half a dozen times. I wonder if it's too late. Should I go back and try to graduate? Life's better now than it was back then. If I was them, I wouldn't let me in. Oh,
of their SUV, complaining, saying I can't wait to turn 18. She said I'll make my own money and I'll make my own rules. Mama put the car in park out there in front of the school, and she kissed her head and said I was just like you. You're gonna miss this, you're gonna want this back. You're gonna wish these days hadn't gone by so fast. These are some good times, so take a good look around. You may not know it now, but you're gonna miss this.
If my partner could eliminate one thing in this world, it'd probably be fake people or Devin. One thing that makes my eyes roll every time I hear it is Karen's name being brought up, because she's usually in a disagreement with somebody.
What naps are the most satisfying?
The most satisfying naps have to be the ones where you're just laying on the couch and you fall asleep out of nowhere. One person I would like to know better was Trevor Shanley. He's always been a real nice kid to me, and I noticed that a lot during football practice. He's always trying to start a conversation.
What is your most embarrassing high school memory?
My most embarrassing high school memory.
That is so mean.
Alrighty, my most embarrassing high school memory has to be regional finals last year when I forgot to put on a singlet before my match. If someone could narrate my life, it would either be Nick Hamilton or my brother Daigan. Surprisingly, they're a lot alike in their humor and the way they try to explain things, and it would definitely be them.
Let me help her tie her shoes. No, Daddy, I can do it myself. When she don't get her way, she'll cross her arms and hold her breath. She's a handful, she's a mess, digging in the dirt in her princess dress. Goes from tiny tornado to sleeping on my chest. God bless the boy that melts the way I do. When she smiles at him the first time, he'll be done or he'll be through. Give him patience and kindness and a heart that's full of her, and the sense to know just what she's worth. 'Cause ain't trying to move on, yeah. I hope someday we'll sit down together and laugh with each other about these days, these days. All our troubles we'll lay to rest, and we wish we could come back to these days, these days. Oh, I know, oh, I know, I know, I know. These days, these days. Oh, I know, oh, I know, these days, these days.
I'd say one thing that makes my eyes roll is probably just Devin in general. Something about him just really makes me angry, and he really knows how to make me mad, so. I'd say the most satisfying naps are probably naps after weights because it's like going back to sleep and it's really nice. Someone I'd probably like to have known better in high school is probably Avery Wendy. She seems like she's pretty fun person to be around. I haven't been around her very much, so yeah. My most embarrassing high school memory is probably regional softball this past year. It was at Washburn and they have a turf field and it was raining and I probably fell about 5 or 6 times in the game and everyone was laughing really hard, but I was on the verge of tears. If I could change one school rule, it would probably be the ability to wear my hood during class, just because sometimes it really fits my mood and I want people to know that. So, if somebody could narrate my life, I'd probably choose Connor Adams because he makes everything funny for no reason at all, and I feel like he'd really make my life more interesting.
Daigan, come on. You're not yourself. Here, have a Snickers. Ah, that's better.
Go.
Yeah!
You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Three, 2, 1, go!
Turn around. Straight, no, left, straight, right, straight, keep going forward. Turn around. Left, right.
Step ahead. Go forward. Reach your arms out. Further. Okay, put it on. Yes.
Okay! 3, 2, 1, go!
That is right!
Okay, straight. Go, no, you're close. Left. Gracie, left. You're almost there. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go!
That takes some extreme balance.
Go, Carson, go!
Just take your time, Carson!
Left, right. Okay, go straight. Right. No. Left, straight.
Which way?
Straight.
Which way?
Him. Okay, go right. Okay, straight.
Bro, he's got like 4 more yards.
Go. Straight and right. Go. First off. Right.
I'm going! Yeah!
My most embarrassing high school memory would definitely have to be dating Taryn Burkhardt. No.
In the morning?
Yeah. Hey, farm?
3 in the morning?
Yeah. Take my phone and say, who is this kid? It's
If we left the room, would it be easier if we left the room?
It's not that easy.
It is that easy.
You sweet now.
Try to do it in another language. Now.
Can't do it. Okay.
Are you using Liberty Mutual's coverage customizer tool? Sorry. Whoa.
Carson!
Carson! Oh, shut your mouth!
Like 3 times.
Oh my god!
Yes, you're an animal, Gracie.
Why did you guys